So supposing that you'd like to take the mesh file into Blender for whatever reason, maybe you would like to use it there, or maybe you'd like to take the modules and build an example there, or maybe even you've built a modular example in Unity and you'd like to modify it or combine it into a single mesh, the so-called mesh baking into Blender. So to do this is straightforward. For example, let's say you want to take the modules and build the mesh there. You can see inside the meshes folder, for example, I'm using Star Sparrow meshes folder here. You can see a modules, Star Sparrow modules. I've just placed it in this folder here, Star Sparrow modules. In Windows, you can show in Explorer. And into Blender, I'm just going to throw it in. Let me delete this one. So this is Star Sparrow modules. I'm just going to throw it in, import FBX, and that's it. Now you have all of these game objects. You can just, move them, duplicate them, etc. Make your own example, and you could go into selecting both of them and go into Object Join to make it into a single mesh. Then you go into File, Export, FBX, and that's it. You do this, you change the setting, no need for animation, and you take it and you bring it back into Unity and you are done. That's, let me just, and if you want to take for example, this one, the complete mesh, and you say perhaps you want to modify it, again, you take this one, and this is the one I export, Star Sparrow 1, import, and again you have this mesh file, which you could go into modeling and make whatever adjustments you have on it. So that's that. And lastly, the modular examples, because they are made out of several modules, and the FBX are already for part of the modules mesh. To export these into Blender, you just need a new package from Package Manager called FBX Exporter. So you look for FBX Exporter inside the Unity registry, you install it, and then you have a feature called Export to FBX, which only exists after you have the FBX Exporter. I'm going to click it, and I'm going to make sure that the export format is binary, and modular, whatever, and you export it. I've already exported it and it's here. Let me import it to see how it looks like. Modular. I will import it. As you can see, this one here, it brings in all of the game objects, and inside them you have the colliders, because we've exported them. You can clean them out in Unity, or you can clean them out over here. You can join meshes the same way we've done here. Actually, just to demonstrate, I'm going to, let me join, just join a mesh to show you, and take it into Unity. Suppose you make a good example or whatever. For now, just a demonstration. I'm going to select this one, this one, this one, go to Object, Join, and File, Export, FBX, and take it here. I'm going to name it Joined Mesh from Blender. Let's see if there is anything I can untick. No need for animation. And let's try. We might need to apply transform. Let me see if we do or not. And inside here, I have joined mesh. I'm going to throw it. And it's located here. It exported the whole scene. Never mind, I probably didn't select export selected. There's probably an option for selected object. Limit to selected object. And it should be fine now. I'm going to replace it. Sorry about that. And here you go. This is a joined mesh, and if I apply the material, it would look fine. But say you want to see the materials inside Blender, also quite easy. I'm going to the shading, and I'm going to create a new material over here. You can rename it. And I'm just going to use textures, the ones which are I've moved them here. And if you are wondering where I got these textures, I got them from the textures folder, textures, star sparrow, and you have them over here. And I have here the base color, the diffuse. So you have here, I have applied the diffuse color. Let me duplicate it and let me select the metallic smoothness. And the metallic is exactly the same from the color map into the color map, but this is a metallic smoothness, and Blender has a roughness category here, so I'm going to invert. The smoothness is located in the alpha of metallic smoothness. I'm going to invert it. Here, I will invert the smoothness, so when it's inverted, it's roughness. And I'll add a normal map to add a normal map. I'll select it. But the normal map needs something from vector, normal map. Where's normal map? And lastly, we have the emissions map. I'm going to select emission, and here I'm going to select the color, and that's it. That's it. So let me just here select shaded, and you can see here that you have the materials, the same thing. We applied it in Blender. So just in short, you have here the textures inside the textures folder, and inside the meshes you can just take the modules mesh into Blender. You can take the example, or you can just select any modular example and export it to FBX after you got the FBX package. And once in Blender, you can just join meshes, rotate them. There are plenty of resources on Blender and tutorials how to use it. And that's how, and yeah. So now we have here, for example, a joined mesh instead of using a tool like Mesh Baker or Mesh Combiner. And that's it. Thank you. And if you have any questions, just ask me on Discord or just get in touch.